Can you read this? Or this? How about this? For a long time, this script was called the stick figure script. See how all the letters look like stick figures? Today, we know of this as the Brahmi script, one of the oldest scripts of South Asia. But for over 1,000 years, this script was almost lost to us. Nobody could read it or understand what it said. Today, we can. So how was this ancient script decoded? Here's the story.
"2,000 years ago, there lived a great king who ruled almost all of India. He was a big devotee of Buddha and he was very wise. He wrote down all of his ideas, thoughts and commands on rock faces and pillars. And then he placed all of these across the Indian subcontinent. He wanted generations of people to read his words, and they did. For many years, passers-by read these inscriptions and they praised this great king. Time went on, and slowly new scripts began to emerge. People stopped writing in the ancient script that king had used, and soon people forgot all about his inscriptions.
More than 1,000 years later, Delhi was ruled by a king named Firoz Shah Tughlaq. One day, when he was out hunting, he spotted a beautiful pillar with many inscriptions on it. Who put it there? What did it say? Nobody knew. But Firoz Shah thought it would make a very elegant decoration for his new capital, Firoz Shah Kotla, in modern-day Delhi. So he carted the pillar all the way to his capital and installed it at the citadel. And there it stood for the next 500 years. You can still see it there.
Let's jump forward to the 1800s. By then, the British controlled India, and some of the British were curious about India's history. Now, at that time, people didn't know a lot about India's ancient history. Why? No one could read the old inscriptions like the one on Firoz Shah's pillar. But it wasn't just on that one pillar. British archaeologists found the same script across the country, on stone faces, rocks, everywhere. At that time, there lived an Englishman named James Prinsep, who worked for the British East India Company. Prinsep enjoyed studying old coins. He noticed that many of the coins from around India had all kinds of scripts inscribed on them. He grew interested in ancient scripts, and he developed a fascination for Indian history. One day, he spotted Firoz Shah's pillar and was intrigued by it. What did it say? What mysterious secrets did those inscriptions hide? No one knew, but Prinsep was determined to find out.
Prinsep began by examining all those inscriptions carefully, hunting for some small clue. Gradually, a pattern emerged. He found that one word repeated itself across many inscriptions. That word was Danam, meaning donation. Prinsep realized that these inscriptions spoke about a king who had made many donations. And once he figured this word out, he broke the rest of the script, little by little, until he could read it all. And that's how India got to know of the Brahmi alphabet, a script that was in use as far back as the 3rd century BCE, 2,300 years ago. Historians believe that many of the scripts used in India today have evolved from this mother script.
But who was this great gift-giving king that Prinsep had found out about? The inscriptions referred to the king as Devanampiya Piyadasi, a title that means beloved of the gods. Judging by the name, Prinsep assumed that this was a king from Sri Lanka. But why would a Sri Lankan king carve inscriptions all the way in the northern parts of India? That was when Prinsep learned that the Sri Lankan people knew of a great Indian king named Ashoka, who also went by the title Devanampiya Piyadasi. You see, it was due to Ashoka's efforts that Buddhism spread to Sri Lanka more than 2000 years ago. Soon, other experts translated all of Ashoka's inscriptions and discovered many more interesting things about him. Today, we are proud of Ashoka the Great, one of the mightiest kings to have ruled in India, all because of a persistent Englishman who was intrigued by the mystery of a lost script.